Have you ever had God use you to be a part of a miracle? Have you ever had God to use you to make a miracle, a miraculous impact in the life of somebody else? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today in today's daily discipleship video. If you want access to more of these videos, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Well, if you want to have a miraculous impact in the lives of other people, I encourage you to pray this prayer, because when you pray this prayer, that just might happen. In Isaiah chapter 6, Isaiah, a young man, a godly young man, is given a vision of God on his throne. The holiness of God floors him. He confesses sin. It's a powerful experience with God. And then, out of being close to God at that level, it says in verse 8, I heard the voice of the Lord saying, who will I send and who will go for us? You know God's a missionary God. God is always wanting to send His people into this world to make a miraculous impact. God wants to use you to make a miraculous impact. God is saying, here, who will I send? Who will go? But this is what makes this powerful. Here's the prayer. It's very short. Here am I, Isaiah said. Send me. That's the prayer. Here am I. Send me. Now, when he says, here am I, he's not like saying, like a teacher taking attendance in class and the student goes here, that he's present. This means he's fully available. All of me is fully available to do anything you want, God. Send me. I'll go where you want me to go. I'll go when you want me to go. I'll go as you want me to go. And God, I'll go if you want me to go. Here am I. Send me. And God immediately responded and he said, go and tell this people. Now, when Isaiah said that, it's talking about going to minister to people who didn't want to hear, people that were going to be hard of heart. It wasn't going to be easy. When you say, here am I, send me, God's not going to say, well, good, I'm going to make you a celebrity, I'm going to make you famous. This is God sending you to hard-to-reach, difficult people far from God. Well, when I was a young man, I was working as a campus pastor of a Christian university. I lived with a bunch of Christians in an area with my wife. I got up, I had devotions. I came to Isaiah 6. I saw this and I said, well, this is a prayer I should pray. So God, I'm going to pray it, but I don't know how you're going to use me because I'm only going to see Christians all day at this Christian university. Everybody on my schedule, everywhere I'm going to go, all Christians. But here I am, God. However you want to use me, send me. Well, an interesting thing started happening. All morning long, I had one thought that just kept going through my mind. Go to the shopping mall, get a haircut. Go to the shopping mall, get a haircut. And so I started arguing in my head, I don't want to go to the shopping mall. It's more expensive at the shopping mall. People at the shopping mall don't like this Christian university. I know that when I go there, they'll ask me where I work and what I do. When I tell them I'm the pastor of a Christian university, they're not going to treat me very well. I don't want to go to the mall and get a haircut, but I kept getting the thought, go to the mall, get a haircut, here am I, send me. So at lunchtime, I decided I need to go to the mall and get a haircut. Well, I go to the mall and think about it. There's a bunch of places you could get a haircut in that town, but God wanted me to go to the mall. There was a place you could get your haircut at the mall. And mostly it was a beauty salon, not so much a place for guys to get their hair cut, but that's where God wanted me to go, so that's where I went. All the chairs were all filled except one chair, and the lady behind the chair was one of the wildest looking women I'd ever seen at that time. She was covered in tats, she had metal in her face, and she had crazy wild hair. She was all dressed completely in black. She had black eyeliner. Her hair was dyed completely black. I'm thinking, she is not going to like the fact that I'm a Christian. Go to the mall, get a haircut. Here am I, send me. I sit down in her chair, and sure enough, she said, what's your name? And I said, Dave. And she said, where do you work? I said, Liberty University. She goes, oh. She said, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm the campus pastor. She's behind me, and I hear these words, oh my God. And I'm thinking, oh my God, she's got scissors back there. I'm unarmed. This is going to not go well. She's really upset. And then I hear this sound behind me. And I look, and she's crying. I said, ma'am, why are you crying? And she said, well, I told God this morning I was going to kill myself tonight if He didn't send somebody to tell me about Jesus. God knew what He was doing. God knew what He was doing. Well, the rest of the story, obviously, I led her to Christ. She and her boyfriend became part of a Bible study at my house. They got married. God worked in their lives. God did a miraculous thing, and I got to be a part of it. But I wouldn't have been a part of it if I hadn't had the attitude of, God, here am I, send me. And if I hadn't been willing to go where God wanted me to go, I didn't want to go to the mall to get a haircut. When God wanted me to go, that day, as God wanted me to go, willing to do whatever, here am I, send me. I encourage you, for your whole life, the big picture, for day by day life, God wants to use you. Maybe it will be as astounding as the story I just told you. Maybe it'll be more simple than that. But God wants to use you to make an impact. But you got to be willing. You got to be able to say to God, here I am, all of me, fully available. Here am I, send me.